Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I am Tasnim Lokman from Sinar Daily and you are watching Top News Today. And today, oh my god, it's amazing. We have a living legend, the 8th Prime Minister, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes,
This is actually my
I'm
first
here.
time ever interviewing Tan Sri Muhyiddin.
You look so excited.
I am. I'm super excited. Oh my god, please.
Okay.
I will control myself and stop being a fangirl right here. So, Tan Sri, Bersatu is having its annual general meeting this weekend, right?
Yep.
So we're here to talk about that and current issues that's happening across the country nationwide. And let's have a sprinkle of politics and pressing issues.
Okay.
Can we do that?
All
Okay.
right.
So let's start with the first question, which I think resonates with everyone nationwide. The cost of living and subsidy reforms. What is Bersatu planning to talk about when it comes to cost of living of the rakyat and the people? And will you guys be addressing the pressing matters and economic concerns during the AGM?
Obviously, because this is not something which is new. I have talked on this issue many a times, both in Parliament and outside Parliament. I shouted loud the last time when they have this Turun Anwar
Yeah,
major
definitely.
rally. And of course, we have got members of Parliament who spoke about this issue also in Parliament many, many times. Because I think the problem that we now understand very seriously is facing the people is about cost of living.
Okay.
It's about rising cost of food, rising cost of services, many things. Added to the, of course, the problem of what they call rationalization of subsidy.
Okay.
Basically, it's a cut on subsidies, which makes things more expensive. Burden onto the people, cost of logistics, everything is added to many, many things at the same time. And then the issue of, for example, tax policy that government has been implementing, which I believe has been a very heavy burden onto people. I give
Okay.
example of SST, okay, where those were the days when most of items are not taxed at all for many, 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 many years, 60 over years. But lately, 1st of July of this year, they said, no, we will add to the list another 6,000 odd items. I'm not too sure you know what are the items, but you can go to the government gazette, which means most items are not really that critical, but they have already imposed duties as well. They said they do that is with the intention of collecting 10 billion ringgit, which they're short of.
Yeah.
But taxing people to collect those amount of money is not, I would say, the right policy. Because the role of government, among others, of course, to make things easier for the life of people.
Exactly.
So that's what this matter, of course, will be raised and discussed again at our AGM, which we use as a very important platform annually, where all leaders from all level of our party will participate. There are representatives who speaks on many issues, but obviously this should be one of the factors that we'll discuss again.
Okay.
And then, of course, not just mooted whatever ideas, what next that need to be done to impress upon the Malaysian public at large that Bersatu is not just a political party,
Yeah.
it is the voice of the people.
Okay.
And we want to fight that, whether it is in Parliament, outside of Parliament. Of course, if we are in the government, we come back to the government, that's a different matter.
Yeah.
Then we act upon it to be more effective.
Okay. But like on a personal scale, right? What's your top two most concerning matters when it comes to the cost of living and for the rakyat punya economic situation? Like, what do you think mesti dan wajib di-addressed?
Yeah, as I said just now, I mean, we have our institute that did a proper survey and study. We have done 5 times.
Okay.
This is not to add to other research body like Medical Center and Med Research. We compare all these factors, but it's at the top of the list that is of concern to the people, which basically if we have about 1,200 respondents,
Okay.
you could be one of them, to say, what is your concern now? It's the rising cost of living. And at the same time, our salary is not as high as the rate of inflation.
Yeah.
Government will now say we have 2% or 3% inflation, it's so small. No, we have done a study to say in certain sectors of this so-called figure, for example, in food sector,
Okay.
for example, in Kuala Lumpur again,
Yes.
in locality, for example, the burden is more serious to the people, especially people living in PPR,
Yeah.
perumahan rakyat, because of their poor condition, because their income is so low, not enough to actually pay for the cost of living, so it becomes worse. So as you said, what will be, that is the key. But if I do not mention that at all, they say, hey, Muhyiddin, you have lost track.
Yeah.
The people is suffering, everybody is complaining. Some don't have jobs, especially young people don't have jobs. Even those who have jobs, the gigs sectors, for example, that is not enough to even service the loan, pay for the food, for education, for health. So these are serious matters. So Bersatu being a party that represents the voice of the people, we speak up on that matter.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's go to the next question. Kejap. Maybe we'll circle back to economy later.
Okay.
But institutional trust and judicial independence have come under scrutiny recently.
Yeah.
Does this AGM delineate any stance or policy fixes from Bersatu on governance and transparency?
This issue has been raised many times.
Yes.
Basically, what this present government has done has not created the trust that they thought they would get from the people.
Okay.
What they promised to deliver, institutional reforms, political reforms, even to detailed matter like PTN or toll matters, they did not deliver at all. So the trust on the government is low. In fact, the popularity of the Prime Minister, as I observed from some of the report coming in, has dipped to below 35%, for example. So this is a major subject because importantly in any government, the issue of governance, governance is key, which basically means when you run countries, you administer a country like Malaysia, which is of course very important. You must follow not just the rules, the laws. You implement, execute it to the best that you can based on rules and laws and whatever you have to promises. If you fail to do that, which they have not performed, as I said just now, then people have lost trust. So the question is, what will Bersatu do to address the matter? I said, we can allow this to continue.
Okay.
This present administration, if you just say go and don't do anything about it, then I think we are not performing our duty.
Exactly.
So as much as we are opposition, we are not yet the government, I think. It's the government in waiting, as some people say. We still have our responsibility. We have to perform our duty to check and balance, to voice our concern in Parliament and outside Parliament, which we are doing at the same time. Of course, the AGM is another platform, which is the highest in any political body to be used to provide the avenue for people to air their concern again at the same time. So it is compounding matter that we will not just leave like that. We have to address this matter because it is very important for the livelihood of all Malaysians.
Okay. And there has been rumors going around, or maybe very strong speculation that there will be an election next year for G17, the next general election. Actually,
Election?
I don't know. I'm just saying because Johor
You're
is
saying general elections? Or party
because
election?
Johor is happening
okay.
and Melaka is happening,
Yeah.
Sarawak is happening next year, right? So there are strong speculation that the next general election will be concurrent with the state elections.
Possible. Yeah, there's some rumors or there's some speculation, which is quite normal. We also in our party, we always assess the situation whether things are coming earlier than later.
Yes.
Because the later date could be 2027 or something like that, but some say maybe 2026.
Yeah.
But for a political party like Perikatan Nasional, for example, as a coalition parties, we are at all time on a standby to face any election.
Okay.
Because the prerogative to dissolve or not dissolve Parliament is the government of the day.
Yeah.
Or the Prime Minister will decide so. So we are not in that position, so we don't know. But because we are not in that position, we have to be always on ready and safeguard to prepare ourselves. As you say correctly, of course, next year or this year, Sabah will face a state election because it's ending by
By December.
October or December or before end of this year.
Yeah.
And we are in that midst now to prepare ourselves to participate in election in Sabah.
Yes.
And we have identified seats that we will contest. We have identified those so-called candidates, including young men and women that we believe could be a good wakil rakyat to present the voice of Sabah. And whatever is need to be done, we strategize, trying to work out with our other friendly parties that we can work together to form some good sort of coalitions or parties that we can work together with. So this is one part. Of course, then it could be in Sarawak, could be Johor, could be another. As you said, it is a continuing process. Tak boleh tunggu bila. It is all time like that. And we have all the experience that we've been going for many, many years. So the thing is, you have to be on guard. You have to be ready. Not ready in terms of just human power or resources or funding, which is quite normal, but in terms of strategy, of manifesto, they have to be prepared so that when comes election, public will look at us and say, this is what we're waiting for. We're ready to let you in to form the next government. That is what we hope for.
What's your strategy then? Because you're talking about you're always on your toes, prepared, right? Is there any shifts in, I don't know, maybe younger people, because you mentioned just now both men and women. Is there any is it going to be more inclusive? Is it going to be more
We are
eye-opening?
an inclusive party. We want to present all. Not just because it is Peribumi, it's just Melayu, or it's just Perikatan Nasional, it's just PAS and us. No. We are a coalition of parties that present all races. Malay, Chinese, Indian, Iban, Kadazan, Dusut, Sabah, Sarawak. We are all there. So that is what we want to reflect. So in order to do so, of course, we have to be ready in terms of our strategy, ready in terms of our plan, even preparation of our manifestos that will then lay out what we promise to deliver and perform, so that when voters look at it, they say, yeah, they are quite good, they are quite ready, and we are willing and prepared to support them, for example. That's very important for us.
And do you think that manifesto is important for a political party?
It is important. It is an indication how serious we are in governing. It's not just like cakap-cakap, kosong, and then nothing happened. This is all in black and white. When a manifesto is written to say, if Anwar did say they will hapuskan PT-PTN, the question now people ask, have he done that? Why? He has not done that. So what is it? Bohong. If he promises to hapuskan tol di semua lebuh raya, the question you should ask as a young lady, say, has he done that? No. But he has promised, yeah. It is in the manifesto, yeah. We are not going to follow that sort of stupid way. We will promise what we believe we can deliver. Like the first important thing, what people are waiting, tomorrow you become the government, I want to see whether the price of goods is going to come down. Of course, it's not going to be instantaneous, but we have to have an immediate term, we have to have medium term, we have to have long term. For example, just to a bit of highlight, for example, people are concerned about harga barang-barang, ikan, sayur, apa semua mahal sekali. Something is wrong with our national agriculture policy, or this so-called dasar keterjaminan makanan or food security. If food security has been given proper role or proper position and focus, then things like this should not have happened. For example, in terms of increases of food production, sayur-sayuran, vegetables and crops, everything. Malaysia has got abundant land, water bodies, rivers and whatever it is. I have had experience when I was Minister of Agriculture before to prepare a blueprint just on one subsector, for example, on aquaculture. What is aquaculture? It produces fish from our own farm. Because there's so many water bodies. You know, water bodies means like swimming pool, not swimming pool, mining pools and rivers and lakes like that, which could be utilized for culturing all this sort of fish product. So that, but what happened? Fish supplies is short, and fish prices has gone up. Dulu orang panggil ikan kembung. Nobody wants to eat ikan kembung. They're so cheap because they said, no, that's not our standard. But now ikan kembung is among the sought after fish because it's among relatively the cheaper one, but it's still something in demand. Why? Short of supply. So I just mentioned this part just to give example. We will go into the micro part of things. We're not just policy, broad policy.
Okay.
Because if you are the government, you don't just talk. You have your ministries, you have your budget, you have your plan. You should execute that.
Okay.
So that what you feel is short in the market that people have to buy at high price will then be able to be handled with better.
Okay.
So what I'm to say, action plan must be in place so that what people are facing today, at least there's some effort to reduce the problem.
So do you think the government is actually focusing on bigger things? Jangan tak fikir about the smaller things
I
that are
don't think
impacting
they're
the
bigger. I don't know what bigger things, if I may ask.
Okay.
Well, there are important big things, issues of national importance, international relation. Those are, of course, national development plan, the 13 Malaysia plan, for example. These are big or document that has been produced to show that what government plan to do. But plan is plan. If you're not able to execute the plan as per what you have promised, then you fail.
Okay.
The question is people are looking at what has been happening for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
He has promised a lot, but they have not done,
Okay.
delivered. I'm not saying because I'm opposition head.
Okay.
It's fact.
Okay.
So this is something which I don't think is good for the people.
All right.
So the country needs good governments that people can trust.
Okay.
I spoke just now earlier, it's about trust.
Yes.
If you are a government, but people don't trust you,
Okay.
whatever you open your mouth, buka mulut, bohong, as it said now, become like a popular caption that people say that this government is not performing.
Okay.
Then you're not doing your job. So I think I'm as concerned, even not as a party man, but as an individual, for example. I don't like to see this happening. We have to put back this nation on firm footing.
Okay.
Some use the word reset. Reset mana what has been untangled, berterabur, tak betul. You have to put it back
Okay.
so that people believe that there's a way forward.
Okay.
But the question now, you may ask, are we moving in the right direction? You know,
Yeah.
there are questions being put by many of this so-called body that I mentioned earlier. Most people don't believe that the country is in the right direction.
Okay. Okay.
If you have about 30% belief that Malaysia is in the right direction, that means more than 70% numbers don't believe we are in the right direction. So that is very serious.
Yeah.
So basically you have to steer back the country into the right direction
Yes.
to achieve a certain target. Set the term 5 years, 10 years,
Betul.
that Malaysia will rise itself to become the tiger, the power, economic power of this region.
Yeah.
So this is what needs to be done.
Okay. Okay. The reason why I asked you that question earlier was because I wanted to know if the AGM nanti, you're gonna be having motions and resolutions and debates. So I was wondering, how will you maneuver those resolutions and motions into? Are you going to operationalize them into your manifesto in the next GE?
Yeah, because this is a democratic party. It's a process. This is provided for in the constitution. We have delegate who will speak on many subject matter, economic, social, education, religious matter. They will speak freely.
Okay.
We don't dictate that. But obviously, issues of sort that we mentioned just now will not be discarded. They will be part of the mainstream matter that will be discussed as well. So, does it mean it will just end there?
Yes.
Bila habis PAT, done with? No. It's only the beginning.
Okay.
Even before the PAT, we have done many things. Now, for example, the Perhimpunan Agong, the AGM, will be the other avenue for these people to speak up again. If many people speak on the same subject, then we should recognize that these are feedback that they have collected from down there, the grassroots, to say these are areas of concern.
Yeah.
So what will leaders like me be doing then?
Okay.
What we have been doing before is when we finish the AGM, because we have continued meetings, whatnot, we will deliberate this thing further.
Okay.
If what matter has been raised very specific, we have got representative in Parliament, Ketua Pembangkang, ahli-ahli Parliament, to speak those matters. They can speak even at the state assembly because they are adun.
Yes.
Or they bring the matter to the government, like this Northern SG4 government.
Okay.
Kelantan, Terengganu, Kedah, and
Yeah.
Perlis, for example, are under our rule.
Coalition.
Then, of course, they will be able to bring it to that level. But that's only targeted at those so-called state, which is under our authority or our government.
Yes.
That will what we can do so. But nationwide, there are areas which is federal, which is not our jurisdiction. But we have a role to play
Yeah.
as opposition to check and balance. We keep on pounding this issue to tell to the government, please look into it again. There are so many things, bills being tabled in Parliament, many things have been introduced from time to time, but unfortunately what this present government is doing, some are flip-flop, a U-turn, that thing. So we are not too sure what are they targeting at to do.
Okay.
For example, issue subsidy rationalization. Many has not been resolved.
How do you feel about the government right now doesn't have an economic minister?
I don't think it's good as to assign another minister to execute a function which is quite critical. And then you burden on the person.
Okay.
The Menteri Keuangan 2 is also Menteri Economy. Two portfolio which is heavy. Menteri Keuangan 2 because there's already Menteri Keuangan 1,
Yes.
Prime Minister, who travel all over the world, maybe less focus on his job as well.
Okay.
So he is burdening on the Menteri Keuangan 2 to do the job.
Okay.
And then he assigned this Menteri Keuangan 2, Brother Amir, to also perform duty of Menteri Economy which Rafizi had left
Yes.
or resigned. You can easily assess, is it going to be easier for him or not easier for him?
Okay.
Or it indicate that the government or the Prime Minister lack understanding of economy to burden a person like this minister who is not an economic minister to perform his duty.
Okay.
So I sure believe it will be too loaded for him to do so. But the question again is, tak ada ke orang dalam parti dia, ahli parlimen dia, yang dia boleh bagi kerja buat kerja tu?
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. It's kind of a joke. Doesn't it sound like a joke?
It sounds like a joke, isn't
Yeah.
it? No, it's not. It's a joke.
It's not.
I question
Unfortunately, it's a
myself.
real problem,
It
right?
is a real problem because economic ministry is among the most important ministry.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that Rafizi did well before, but at least there's a minister in charge. So if people want to gasak him, you just gasak him, not performing his duty, whatever. But at least somebody is answerable.
Yes.
But you assign Amir, I know him quite well, to say, you do this job well. Why? So, it is already a big problem. The economy is not being managing well. So to assign a person like that to do the job, one indicated that within the present government, there's not enough people who are qualified to do the job.
Okay.
So nak bagi orang ni tak boleh. Nak bagi orang ni pun tak boleh. Bagi dia je lah. So I think it's not going to be effective.
Okay. Okay, tapi Tan Sri, you were in the government when Datuk Sri Najib was the finance minister and prime minister. And now we see Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim being the prime minister and finance minister as well, despite promises that saying that, their whole campaign has always been no finance minister should be the prime minister.
Yeah, agreed.
So macam bila ni jadi, and you were also the prime minister, so can we just get your take on the situation, even though benda ni dah lama?
Yeah, but
because
because I did not promise even, because when I became Prime Minister, God willing, mana waktu itu, then I said I'm serious about things because
Okay.
we face a very serious challenge of COVID-19.
yes, definitely.
And then there is a need to make sure that the economy will not collapse
Betul.
and people will not die of COVID. So
Yeah.
there's two big challenges,
Yeah, definitely.
So, but in spite of lack of guidance, because this is has never happened
Unprecedented.
before, unprecedented. I think we did quite well.
Okay.
Because we give focus on it so that people still have food on the table to eat. We have vaccine to at least save their life, and the economy did not crumble. As what the Governor of Bank Negara used to tell us in the midst of our National Economic Council meeting to say, 1 month from now, Prime Minister, if you do not lift the economy and open the economy back, the whole economy will collapse. If you were the Prime Minister then, how we would feel. So anyway, that is history, it's past what we have done. So But again, I said, why did not I hold the post of Minister of Finance? I would be the most powerful man. No, I don't want power. I could easily be Minister of Finance, but I said I want to find someone who has at least economic background, financial background to manage finance. I think the Prime Minister, I know about him, has no financial acumen.
Okay.
He has no financial experience. He doesn't have enough, what we call business experience as well.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, that is a record. I know him well.
Yeah, you do. You guys
We are
were
friends.
came from
So we
the
know.
same.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the capacity. So more so, if he realizes so, he should not hold the post of finance minister. He should find someone else, a full-time guy, whoever it is. At least this guy you can put on team. Like when I was there as Prime Minister, I said, Zafrul, we are facing a big serious problem now. One is COVID, one is, of course, is economy. I want you to look into ways and means how do you make sure that we have some funds, packages of rescue packages that I can launch to safeguard the economy and to manage the COVID. He came up with one, no enough. Two, no. Three, not enough. 4, 8 packages of 850 billion.
Okay.
That's a huge sum, never in history. Why is it so big? Because that is what is needed.
Yeah.
Partly is fiscal.
Yeah.
Fiscal means what government fund from government revenue. Or 2 is non-fiscal. Non-fiscal like banks, moratorium, dan banyak-banyak lagi lah, which is not coming from government coffer, but using others' money from the bank to help.
Okay.
So we combine both, we have the money. So basically what I'm trying to say, we have to have qualified people
In
to
the
manage
position.
the fund. Not that I'm not good enough in finance.
Okay.
I have business experience. I have economic background.
Yeah.
I know I can do it.
Okay.
But I said, no. I think we should have someone more qualified.
Okay.
So I caught him freedom to manage it. I think whatever I say or people say about Zafrul, he did help manage the finance of the country and of course with me to have saved the economy as well. So this is what, no. Dato' Najib also the same thing. He was Prime Minister. He was Minister of Finance as well. I'm so sorry to say what happened to the finance economy, finance of the country at that time. Why is one MDB happening?
You were the Deputy Prime Minister and you voiced out against the
I
Prime
was
Minister.
Deputy Prime Minister, always sit on his right side.
Yeah.
I knew well that I appointed by him as Deputy Prime Minister and he is the Prime Minister. I know who the powers be, but what is your job?
Yeah.
Your job is tell the truth. Being a Muslim, jangan bohong. And then you have amanah and you have tanggungjawab. You cannot just leave things like that and you don't say it. In Islam, they also say if you see something bad is happening, you just don't shut your mouth. At least you have to do something about it. So I tried to do that. I gave him caution statement, warning many times. But unfortunately, I was a small boy. Small kids maybe of lesser importance
How can
to
you
him.
say that?
Not important, but look what happened now.
Yeah.
I've been vindicated because I know what I said was right. The court is still proceeding with the cases until today it's not resolved. So maknanya, it is your responsibility. Don't worry about your job because ni Tuhan bagi kerja you. Allah angkat you. Allah yang bagi you kerja, peluang dan sebagainya. Tapi itu serah kepada Allah. Tapi tanggungjawab or responsibility to speak the truth, it is painful. Dia kata kulil haqqa walau kana murra. You have to speak the truth while the truth is painful. I spoke, and what happened to me? It is history. I was sad. It doesn't matter. I'm not dead. I'm still alive.
You're still here?
I'm still here.
You're not in prison?
Yeah, I'm still here.
But how do you feel about the rumors that he may be out for house arrest in the next few months?
That one I don't want to speculate.
Okay, we won't speculate about that. That's another story when it
that's
happens.
another
Okay, but on the EGM, do you anticipate your role as Perikatan Nasional's Prime Minister candidate to be echoing just like last year?
I think my position in PN as chair has been there from the beginning.
Okay.
So you don't have or need another boost of another AGM, for example, just to put you where you want to be.
Okay.
because I think importantly is to reflect on Perikatan Nasional as a solid political organization that people can hope for.
Okay.
Important. Within that, there are personalities. Within that, there are leaders. Kan?
Yes.
It's not just one man show apa semua sekali. But of course, if I have the opportunity or Allah takdirkan that they give me another chance, I can bear that responsibility. I know until today. You can see I'm quite fair,
Yes.
quite
You
strong,
look quite
healthy.
fit.
I'm very fit. Mentally, I'm still alert, so I still can perform my duty.
Okay.
But that's not for me to decide.
Okay.
Saya serah pada Allah.
The
Allah
mandate
penentu.
will come.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I think we have a few more minutes. So we'll do one more question. Let's do some self-reflection for Bersatu and Perikatan Nasional. Could you give maybe a performance rating, a report card for you guys as the opposition to the current government?
For us,
Yeah, like reflect on the performance of Bersatu and Perikatan Nasional as
okay.
the opposition.
Well, I think, well, you can ask me like now, I can answer to that question. But some people say, of course, prejudice lah. You ask Muhyiddin about what
About the
Bersatu and Perikatan Nasional. He should say he give 100% rating or A++. I don't think it's so. But I think importantly, it's not you.
Okay.
It is the peoples. You are the one who are in right position to assess if you know what Bersatu is all about. To say, I think this party, while it is still new, it's only 8 years old, it has achieved great success.
Okay.
Right? It's on record.
Yes.
Bukan saya kata, it's on record. What its success is, from nothing, it has become at least something of sort to be recognized. That it has its vision, it has its ideas, it has its strategies, it has shown his record of ability to perform and deliver, and it is also hope of the future.
Yes.
I did explain before this another interview to say I have expanded the idea of Perikatan Nasional not solely to be a Perikatan Nasional per se,
Okay.
that there are plus.
Yeah, the 11.
For example, 11, 12 other opposition parties sitting together, which is unprecedented. People can belittle it to say, this is a political gimmick. It's not a gimmick. These people who sat around the table, night of the round table, what they call it, has got his own leadership, his own ideas of how the country should be governed. And we should not belittle that. So I recognize them.
Okay.
And I come up with the idea, let's get together over coffee or tea and sit down. They were very happy to sit down, and because for them, this has never happened before.
Okay.
As much I'm not a party, I'm not in the government, but they know who I am. Of course, other leaders within Perikatan Nasional, they came, and they were very frank and open to say, we want to be in part of this thing. And I can tell you, a few others are waiting at the door to come in to participate in the next meeting. So that is something which I think is very, very critical to pave the way forward. That PN is the party for all.
Okay.
It is not party limited to 1 or 2 or 3, but party for all. That the party, this is important to show some sense of unison or unity. In many elections, because there were so many political parties contesting, you split the vote.
Yeah.
Yeah? When that happened, there are the 3 corner, 4 corner, 5 corner. I mean, it's a free-for-all thing.
Yeah.
That's democracy. But if you can create some better understanding to reduce that contest, that might lead to breakup of votes, and votes are concentrated into just 1 or 2. Simple arithmetic shows that this is a better approach. So I'm not saying that could happen, but I think we have started that.
Okay.
So if as we move along, now we have got first meeting, informal, second meeting, formal. We have made resolution, there will be meetings and meeting other than that. Who knows, one day the coalition membership are expanded. But some are quite skeptical to say, I think it's more like a gimmick.
Okay.
But as I said, different parties have their own ideology. It's okay. When we call for the first meetings, we say, you have your certain views on certain issues, you're not similar to mine. I have certain thing like this, not similar to you, but it doesn't matter. But there are areas which somehow or other gel well with all.
Okay.
What is it about? Economy. Economy semua setuju angkat tangan. Bad governance, cost of living,
Yeah.
everybody agrees. So there are really common ground. Or if there are certain area which is not common, some people agree or disagree. Because there is already a platform.
Yeah.
So you can bring to this meeting and say, look, can we not discuss about this? Some will say not possible. But some will say, no, we just explore. Who knows, after many discussions and meeting and better understanding, what's supposed to be not agreeable become agreeable areas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
So what do you think? Is it not good?
Yeah, it's
It
quite
is
good.
good. So you should accept this is a strategy which I look forward, not for now, but for the future.
Okay.
For example, you say Bersatu, saying when election GE come, some people has already forecasted that there will be another hung parliament. You know what
Okay.
hung parliament is all about? But no single political party have enough number
Yeah.
to form the government. Like the last time,
Yeah.
we have 71, they have 81. Nobody has got.
Yeah.
So
Majority.
then we have to wait for a few days. Then of course Sabah come in, Sarawak come in. It's always like that, and somebody become kingmaker. But that's what democracy is about. It's not just Malaysia and the countries. My thinking forward, of course, is could there be a time that will arrive not into distant future, in not too long a time, that when there's an election, prior to election, there is this arrangement that I mentioned just now. We have achieved a better understanding that instead of 3, 4, 5 corner, 2 corner aja fight.
Uh-huh.
So then with 2 or 3% differences, a party could garner another 15 to 25 more seats.
Yes.
That will make the difference.
Okay.
So then the possibility of hung government solution will be minimized.
Minimize, yeah.
This is what I think.
Okay.
I'm not too sure other leaders are looking to that. I look forward, not for my own sake, but for the sake of the country, so that there will come a point of time not too far away, there will be political stability.
Yes.
And then, because if there is political stability like we had done before or we have gone to before, the focus on building, nation building will be more focused.
Okay.
Economic development will be more focused. Building up the lives of people will become more focused. Quality of life become more focused. Kalau tak ada political stability, gahang, every time
Yeah.
you find people trying to juggle up.
It's too much politicking,
too
right?
much politics.
As opposed
I,
to
as
focusing
a
on the
politician
people.
also don't like that.
Okay.
But we as politicians must think forward.
Okay.
There must be some compromise. There must be some sacrifice for all parties to sit down together for the sake of the nation to come to that point when there is political stability.
Okay.
That is my thinking.
All right. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Tan Sri. So before we end, do you have any message to the people out there, to our followers, to our
Short,
watchers?
I think we have our AGM coming. Anybody who's willing to follow whatever the debate, they may come down to see that. But secondly, of course, with what I have explained, what Perikatan Nasional, Barisan Perikatan Nasional and Bersatu stand for,
Okay.
there is greater confidence and belief that you have someone that you can depend on, which is Bersatu and Perikatan Nasional.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, thank you so much, Tan Sri. That was amazing. Thank you so much for watching and staying with us
Very
till
good.
the end. Don't forget to follow Sinar Daily on all social media platforms and our website www.sinardaily.my. And we're excited to see what's gonna happen at Bersatu punya AGM. Okay, all right, bye.